there's all this controversy about, defunding the police, et cetera, et cetera. So on one hand, you've got people saying, let's cut the school budget by $3 billion.
Right.
You've got other people saying, let's cut the police budget by $1 billion. Guess which one's more controversial? The police budget's more controversial.
Right. Of course, we don't know exactly what she's referring to. We never quite do. Welcome back, everybody. We want to talk about crime in America because it's something, sadly, by the numbers, everyone can relate to. We know there's been a few things that are happening, really, since George Floyd's ugly, when he lost his life, murder, and that's what these Derek Chauvin's actually up for. Since that movement, across the country, there's been this pro-crime movement where zero bail allows emptying the other prisons is now in vogue. And when you talk about defunding the police, that isn't just a phrase that happened in Minneapolis. When you talk about getting rid of the anti-crime unit, that's actually what happened in New York. And now when you always talk about getting rid of the gang unit, that's actually happened as of 2 days ago in Los Angeles. If you wonder why gun deaths are at an all-time high in U.S. history, that's just one of the stats. It is because we've gone out of our way to say, criminals, it's your turn, and the numbers don't lie, Ainsley.
Exactly. The numbers don't lie. Let's put them up on the screen because in Portland, Oregon, these are all cities that have cut funding for police. Murders are up 270.6%. Minneapolis, murders up 46%. Violent crimes up 22%. New York City, murders up 11.8%. Shootings up 40.1%. Los Angeles, murders are up 28.3%. Austin, aggravated assault up 26%. It's crazy. I don't understand this. I don't understand why people wanted to defund the police. Here in New York, they defunded $1 billion. And you see an effect. I mean, a lot of us here in New York have this app called Citizen, and it constantly goes off on my phone telling me where the last crime was. And many of them are in our neighborhoods where we live, where we send our kids to school.
Absolutely, Ainsley. So, ever since in the last year or so, we have just seen so many activists saying, look, so many of the problems in this country are being caused by the police. We got to stop funding the police, and we got to take all that money. And remember, Minneapolis essentially said, we want to completely defund the police, get rid of the police department. We're going to take all that money and put it into social services and treatment in the community and things like that. Ultimately, though, when you look at the statistics, they're jaw-dropping. And I think the message is, if your town votes to defund the police, move out of that town. Because what is not known exactly is how many people realize that the police are, in some cases, afraid to make an arrest for a variety of reasons. And so it's like, should I even call the police? In some places, the police never come for one reason or another. And then those crime statistics, how many things have happened where they simply don't call the police because it's just such a headache now?
Now, it's not the sexiest term in the world, but keep your eye on it. It affects everyone. Qualified immunity. It is gone in New York. So you're a police officer. You start at maybe $50,000 a year, working some of the toughest beats around. If a criminal feels as though they weren't treated justly, they can be sued. And the city will go ahead and represent you. But there goes your record. You're pulled off the street. You're humiliated because you're now